So to write our first application, we'll go to File, New Project. So then you are presented with this window, New Project window. So here you have a list of programming languages which are installed when you install your Visual Studio. So C# is there. There are other languages which would be Visual Basics, SQL Server, Visual F#. So here are the project templates, which is for what is selected here. So if you select a different option here, you will be presented with a set of or a list of different templates here. So these templates are basically associated with Visual C#, because we've selected C# here. Under C# you have different types of applications that you can create. You can create Windows desktop applications. As you can see, the list of templates changes here based on what you select here. If you select web, it's gonna give you templates for website. If you select .NET Core, it's gonna give you a set of templates for .NET Core. Android, this is going to give you a set of templates for Android applications. So now, depending on what you select here, you might see a different list of templates. Here is a list of templates for the type of application that you have selected on this list. So we want to create a Windows desktop application. So these are different types of templates for the Windows applications. We have WPF app for .NET Framework, Windows Forms app for .NET Framework. You don't have to I don't have to explain all these now. All we need to do is to create a console application for the .NET Framework. So because that's the type of application or type of a template which is specifically made for teaching the beginners how to code in C#. So make sure that you have selected desktop you have selected Visual C# from the list of programs which is installed with your Visual Studio, and you select console application, and you have to make sure that you select console application .NET Framework. So here it's the name of your application. This is the name that you are going to give to the CLR, that this is my application, I want you to execute it, and this is the location where you want to store it. This is the solution name, because Visual Studio arrange the files of an application into solution. The root name for every application is the solution. You give it the solution the name, then under the solution you can have any number of applications. Then we have a framework that we are targeting. We can select, if you are targeting your .NET 3.5, you can select 3.5. If you are targeting .NET 2.0, you can select 2.0. If you are targeting 4.6, which is the default, I believe, and the latest .NET framework that came with your Visual Studio, you select 4.6, and in this case we're going to leave it there. So here you can browse, you can save your application to a different location, and that's exactly what we are going to do, because I'm going to save mine to let me save it to C drive. So to C drive, C# apps, and then I'll open the folder. This is where I'm going to save my applications, and I'm going to give my application first app. As you can see here, when I change the name of my application, or the name of my the name of my namespace, the solution name also changed, because by default the solution name will be the same as the name of your application, but you can change the name of your solution, but I will just leave it there. But you can change the name of your solution to anything that you want, but I think it's fine if we just write first application as our solution name, and then here these options, let's create directory for solution. Excuse me, you can choose to select a directory for this solution. So meaning under the C# apps folder that we have created, we're gonna have a folder which is first app, and then under first app we're gonna have a folder that is containing our application files. And you can create new Git repository. This is a repository, you don't have to trouble yourself if you're a beginner. This is for actually managing the source files when a lot of people are working on the same application, so that they don't override each other's changes. And it allows the developers, a lot of developers who are working on the same application, to be able to see who did what and when did he do it, and to view the changes that they have made, and to even go to how the files were before the changes were made. So after you have clicked and selected everything the way I have showed you, you can just click OK. What Visual Studio is going to do is to generate the code that it knows you are going to have inside your application. The code that Visual Studio knows that this code every application should contain, and Visual Studio is going to generate that, and then you can take it from there. Like in this instance, every application, this is the name of our namespace, first app, and every application should be contained inside a namespace, and inside the namespace there should be a class types, at least one class type. Inside the class you can have any number of class types, but one of those class types must contain a method. This is the method, must contain a method called main, which is the entry point for CLR. This is where CLR is going to start executing your applications. So all we are going to do with this one is to write in the black window console, which dot write line. So all we do here is to call the console class, is to tell CLR that we want to use the console class, and we call its write line method to write what is inside these parentheses, which is hello. We want to write hello world. All that's going to happen here is to display a black window with hello. We want to write hello world in it. Let's start our application. So this is our first application. Now you have written your first application. But what is important is to understand how did that all happen. So we are going through that in the next video.